Ball here with Schizo.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? That's the end of my Spanish.
Secret of Mana, part 12. We are in the upper reaches, or upper forest, or upper something or other that's up top. I don't know. And we find Watts, who's conveniently made it here before us. And we'll just upgrade all those weapons that we found upgrades to.
He gets around a lot.
Pretty impressive for a purple dwarf. With a cow's skull on his head. Through some of these areas, especially with these fucking owls, you're gonna see us doing some weird things where we just suddenly turn around. That is the confusion effect. What it does in this game is reverses your D-pad controls. Up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left, something. You know what I mean. It's
Flip your controller upside down. It'll make sense.
Exactly.
And if you're using a keyboard, I hope it's wireless.
Either that, or for the duration of the confusion effect, you can remap your keys real quick, which...
For the whole 5 seconds, it's gonna affect you.
The first time I did this, I actually did remap my keys just for that. I set up a secondary controller set just so I could hit a button and I'd no longer be confused.
And then confusion would end and you'd be confused again.
And then I could switch back.
Seems like a lot of effort for 5 seconds of game mechanic.
It's the fact that I could do it.
You could do a lot of things. I don't see you doing them.
Alright, so this spot right here is important to the storyline. It's not just a random area with enemies. The little pebblers here, which are little annoying Sonic the Hedgehogs, they're in the way. These are the things that have taken over the Moogle village, which is where we actually are right now. So we kill all of them, and once we do, this is like a mini boss fight type thing, because they're kind of a pain in the ass for your level normally. And I have actually died to these guys before. We don't in this whole encounter, but...
Something you'll notice when they're underground, you can still push them. I'm not exactly sure how you do it, but the game lets you. And, oh yes, the midget dies because I wasn't paying attention to health like I should have been.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all me.
Alright, nothing up there. You have to leave before you trigger the effect for what goes on here. And there, all the Moogles are back. With Watts.
Lots of love right there.
Yeah, even dead, the sprite gets a headache. I don't really know how that works, but sure.
It's a spiritual thing, because even though they're dead, they're still on the physical plane somehow.
But then he dies again.
It's one hell of a headache. Beating on the chest.
Upgrade what we just picked up. You may notice our gold supply very quickly going down.
Yeah, we're no longer at the 15k mark.
Yeah. Well, we, a couple videos ago, we ended up purchasing all the magic restoration items, which you would have seen in one of the previous ones. We used one of the walnuts, which we had plenty of jokes about the nuts, but I'll leave that to that's Schizo's department.
Yeah, I'm the one that likes to utilize the nuts.
Alright, so the nuts actually cost, they're normally 500 gold from a normal vendor, but because Nico is a douche who sells everything for twice as much as it's worth. We paid 1,000 gold per nut.
Yeah, Neko is one hell of a pimp.
Yeah.
Considering we can't really buy magic items anywhere else at this point.
Oh, believe me, I looked.
Neko has the monopoly on it, so we really don't have an option right now. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the boss fight where I have to be pelted with nuts to keep everyone alive.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you'll notice here, hey, I go in that way, and then I come right back out the same way. There's nothing over there right now, and it was a waste of time. This video is over 20 minutes long by itself, and I cut what I could find. This isn't the, I will admit, it's not the greatest work on editing, and I'm sure there are going to be things that could have been cut that aren't a big deal. This whole walkthrough has to be here. There's the riddle that you should have seen earlier when Schizo has the headache. I think it's walk this, or what the hell?
Travel from spring to winter and then back to spring.
Yeah, spring again and we can enter, that whole thing. So you go from spring to summer when we're just at, we're at fall now, and then we'll jump back to winter. When we come down from winter, back into spring, there is a gate that opens off to the right. It does say off to the right. I don't listen to it. I go back down to the spot where I cut some stuff out and check that whole area out again. I cut that out as well because it was another 15 seconds that didn't need to be here. But the reason why the editing job in this is not going to be really high-end, first of all, I'm editing with Windows Movie Maker, which kind of limits what I can do. So I'm not pulling off some really crazy shit with it. However, the real main reason why I'm not editing a lot of stuff is for this set of 3 videos, 10, 11, and 12, 11, 12, and 13.
I think we're up to 13 is what we'll be putting up.
Something like that, yeah. This video and the last 2, basically. I'm doing all of the work for these at Schizo's house, and this is my computer that we're doing them all off of. So, trying to rush through it as quickly as possible and still come up with a workable, finished project. So, that's why it's all done in one big setup in one take. This is basically an hour of our gameplay that we did for this video and the last 2. And then we save all the videos, cut them all together, get them ready and saved and everything in a WMV format, which is much smaller than the original AVI, and then record over the audio. That's basically our process for how this works. But it's different now because I'm doing it here. The previous like 10 videos that we did all of the recording work and everything here, and then we'd even use the original AVI as the recording material, and then I would save the movie as WMV and put all the audio in and all that stuff and edit it all together once I got home. And you know, I'd have like 2 or 3 days to work on it then. So it says a lot about my work. The stuff before this took 2 or 3 days to do, and I'm doing it in like 5 minutes now. And it probably is going to look about the same.
It'll be kind of funny if it looks better.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping this comes out like shit now.
Oh look, we're giving some nut to play with.
I'll save that joke for later.
It's perfect setup here. Midget with nut.
There's plenty more opportunities throughout the game. Alright, now by the way, this boss, you'll notice that we're using a lot of magic on him because he's very difficult to even hit with normal weapons. So just use magic. It's very effective on him for the most part, as you can see. And he's dead. blinding
Cheater.
light.
Do you think all those sparkles the bosses burst into cause emphysema or anything?
Yeah, there's a 20 years later of Secret of Mana. As all those bosses, you see the hero there, Locke in this case, just yeah, like dying of cancer or something like that. Yeah, too much secondhand boss inhalation. More jokes that can be made off of that. I don't recommend inhaling your boss.
Unless, of course, you know, there's a promotion involved, in which case, more power to you.
Surgeon General's warning, inhaling boss may cause promotions and more responsibility.
Of course, then again, you might get more money for the sexual harassment, so take your pick. I think the promotion will look better on the resume.
Alright, and now we get Sylphid. He's a fat blue genie.
That it always seems to be the genies that are control the element of the wind.
Yeah. Well, it might not be a genie, he just might be a really big fan of sweatpants. I don't know.
So, could just be because sweatpants easily come off. I don't know. I'm not even going to touch the joke that just popped in my head.
Alright, so we'll save again. You get to see our previous progress, where we were, and all that stuff at the last time we saved, basically. I kind of wish it would show where you're currently at, because there are some of those instances where I don't feel like talking to the guy again to save again, if you even can. We actually get to go back down to the area that I've been hiding from you this whole video, and you get to see that, hey, like magic, it doesn't kick you out. So we're going to test out, I do know which one actually works, but we're using, for the sake of the video, just showing off the way you're supposed to do this, which is, I'm trying to convince Schizo to do this. Yeah, no, trust me. Just trust me.
Why are we analyzing something that is basically inanimate?
Yeah. So he's just checking out some of these abilities. He hasn't seen them yet. And there's Analyzer, which is, it will tell you how much HP a boss has left, or total, or something like that. And it'll also tell you a weakness that they have, if they have one. Which I'm actually explaining to Schizo when we're live recording this whole thing, which is why there's the wait. And now I'm just saying, trust me, just, no, go back. Not to that one. No, not Lightning Bolt. Go to Sylphid, the other Sylphid.
Yes, because there's multiple Sylphids, apparently.
Yeah, that one. Okay, there you go. Now we've got it. Analyzer on the orb. And hey, Sylphid's magic will work. So, you need to use an offensive spell, just like we did in the fire temple that was there, the earth temple that had the lava, and use the ice to shatter the lava and all that stuff. Here,
shatter the lava.
Whatever. do what it does. And for this one, Lightning Bolt will not work. You have to use Air Blast, and it will drop the blue wall here. I don't know why. I don't understand the logic behind why that works, but it does. So screw it. Just cast the spell. Yeah. Cast the spell, get it over with, move on. You'll get to see how annoying these stupid little spiky scorpion thingies are.
These are supposed to be caterpillars.
That's one hell of a caterpillar.
Well, it's like a caterpillar with a scorpion tail. Alright, and I think we spend like 2 minutes because the freaking midget gets stunned constantly.
Yeah, the caterpillar things, or whatever the hell they are, they put you to sleep.
And I think it begins about here.
Yep. No, except that one was me.
And of course, you can't just slap your own teammate to wake them up.
Yeah, that would be too convenient.
You'd think there'd be some kind of item or something. Like,
I think Remedy might work, but it's not worth wasting the mana.
I thought Remedy was only for, like, poison.
I think it actually removes any negative status ailment, just like the herbs do, I think. And I'm running around in circles.
You got lost.
I'm just re-exploring everything because I don't completely remember every aspect of this game. I just remember the general points of where you go from here, from Gaia's navel to the upper reaches after this point, and shit like that. Kind of remember the flow of the game, but not every single screen, where you go, all that stuff.
I think that's his long-winded way of saying yes.
Hey, you gotta fill these 20 fucking minutes somehow.
I guess it sounds better than just a simple, yeah, I got lost.
Yeah. Yeah, doing
Fluff.
yeah,
Such deadly pink fluff.
doing the audio commentary on these is, while it's a lot easier to do with 2 people, because if I just shut up for a minute, Schizo might jump in, but I know Schizo can attest to this, because both him and another friend of ours, Johnny, who I'll put a link up here somehow, or somewhere for his channel, he's starting to do LPs as well. I've started this weird trend, I guess, and both of them have commented that it's a little difficult to sit there and talk to a camera by yourself for 10 minutes and try and explain a very simple game.
Which is why it seems a lot of LPers start to just talk about their lives. It's
Yeah.
something to talk about.
Exactly. So yeah, somewhere along the line, and you should notice, if I don't do it in the initial editing phase of this, I will get it in there eventually. I'm going to start giving Schizo credits as well as myself. I have an intro video, so does he, and we're going to start pulling that into the whole thing, and hey, look a little bit more professional. So
Yes, because we're so professional to begin with.
yeah, or at least make the videos look a little bit, I don't know, a little bit better. It'll come in phases, you know, and granted, this microphone still sucks. You still hear the buzzing in the background, and, you know, but at least we have an intro, so screw everybody else, I don't care. Unless you fine viewers out there want to, you know, go ahead and fork over some money to let me buy a mic so you can actually hear me a little bit better.
Just leave your credit card number in the comments, and yeah, give us a limit or something. Otherwise, we can't be held responsible for how much your bank account just disappears.
Yeah, don't put it in the comments. Don't do that.
Private
Send me
message.
exactly
Yeah.
Private message, because somebody else will see it before I will, and your card will be maxed out before I have a chance to buy a microphone and a Ferrari. So, alright, so now we're in the Village of the Mushrooms.
Which are very peaceful.
Yes, very peaceful
they have
mushrooms.
on their heads.
Uh-huh.
Do you think they eat each other?
I don't know. That's...
Do you think they enjoy being eaten?
Damn it, I'm all out of dew. Thank you. New dew.
Alrighty. I think the best part is right after. It's coming up right after here, really. Getting through. They even sound like they're high. Riding a white dragon, wielding a sword, saving the world.
Yeah, well,
and the guy's name is Truffle.
Yes, King Truffle. Yes, he is, actually, he's one of my favorite characters in the game. I don't know why, I just think it's cool that, you know, King of the Mushrooms is named Truffle. I don't know. He's kind of a cool guy. He's a fun guy. I had to. I'm sorry.
Do you think eating his people makes him more of a fun guy? Oh, here we go. If you notice, we're in a bedroom. And we open the chest. And we can upgrade to the javelin. Javelin? Bedroom? Yeah.
I was hoping for a whip, honestly.